I am probably happiest when I'm traveling. There is nothing like being removed from your culture, even if it's for a short time, and losing yourself somewhere else and understanding someplace else.
Travel has completely changed my life in a way that I can hardly describe, and really who I am as a person in the best possible way. Hi, my name's Devon. I'm 22 years old and I like to travel. However, I've had a lot of people over the years kind of discourage me from doing so. So I decided I would ask people all across the country what their thoughts on travel were and what kind of things it's done for them. This is what I found. So, what do you do for a living and to help you pay for a trip?
I'm retired, but I was a business journalist, and then I taught for 20 years.
I'm a meat cutter.
Licensed specialist clinical social worker.
A student, a waitress, an intern, a maid, movie theater worker, whatever gets my flights paid for. Do you do a lot of traveling?
No, not as much as I'd like.
I would say, yeah, we take a big trip like twice a year.
I travel as often as I can, which is, of course, not enough. Do you think travel is important?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, incredibly so. What has travel taught you, if anything, in the trips that you have taken?
It teaches me how little I know, and it really makes you glad to be alive, I guess.
I think if you don't ever go anywhere, you have no idea, I don't know, what's beyond your scope of life. How do you know all your options and all the different things that you can do if you don't ever go beyond a 10-mile radius?
Just enjoy what the U.S. has. The scenery, this is my version of fun right here. Yeah, having a beer and then sitting back like this, yeah, that's it.
It gets you away from the everyday world, that you live in, and it's good to see what's out there. And it's pretty fascinating. We just look at what's going on around us. It's fascinating. That's what we see every day.
Notice that when I'm traveling and I don't have a home to fall back on, that's when I kind of learn all these really important things about myself that I wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to do. Being thrust into this completely different environment, not having anyone familiar or anything familiar, it kind of pushed me out of my shell, and that caused me to really unlock this other person who's just been hiding in me all along. And I can be that brave, adventurous, outgoing person in Pittsburgh, Kansas too. I'm that person all the time. What prevents you from traveling more than you do?
That'd probably be mostly financial reasons. And probably my roots, my family. It's sort of home and it's comfortable.
Family and work. Yeah.
Because of, money is, I don't have all the money in the world.
Do you think it's more important to go to school or have life experience?
Life experience, job, stuff like that. Yeah, getting out there.
Well, definitely. You and I have had this conversation a lot, and I think both are important. I think that the piece of paper that your degree is on is very important because it does open doors. But I also think it's important to get out of where you live and travel the world.
After high school, I took a year off before going to college because, like many other 17 and 18-year-olds, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I worked to save up for 3 big trips to 3 continents and set off to volunteer and see the world. I think that it was one of the best things I've ever done, but a lot of people see it differently.
Would you encourage your daughter or anyone else you know to do something like that, or even take time off of school to take a trip?
Absolutely. And my daughter has. It's both her dad, and I encourage that. Yes, I would definitely encourage that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you don't think it's more important to just go to school and get it all out of the way?
Nope. You might be asking the wrong person, but nope. Yeah.
I would encourage just about anybody to travel in whatever way they can. And I can almost guarantee you that if you have a will to do it, you can find a way to make that happen. Don't let anybody discourage you from doing what you want to do either.
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, she was going to go spend a few months over in Africa.
So, a bunch of strangers from all across the country that I talked to in Kansas, Oregon, Idaho, Yellowstone, all seem to say the same thing. Travel is important and it's educational. So go, book that trip. That perfect time that you're waiting for when you're rich and stable and you have time off work and so doesn't need you, it's never going to come. If you want it, you have to make it happen. And you might as well do it now.
Did it go up bigger than that?